Wasn't mentioned, but my name is Rob Smith. I'm the president of enerGREEN360. My partner, Joe Lorenz, also the founder of the company, unfortunately is traveling out of state tonight, but hopefully I'll be able to answer most of your questions. Just to give you some history on enerGREEN360, Joe and I come from two different but somewhat related backgrounds. Joe has 20 plus years in the soil remediation business within the state of Ohio. I actually come from about 28 years in the solid waste hauling and disposal business, both here in Ohio as well as in Pennsylvania. So, you know, as an example, working at and running regulated sites is something that I'm very familiar with, whether it be OEPA or DEP over in Pennsylvania or whatever. enerGREEN really started about 2 years ago as Joe and I talked about what was going on with the waste materials that come off of the drilling pads. And we spent a number of months traveling, spending some time with some of the drillers at pads in other places other than Utica. And really what we were able to do is to spend some time also with ODNR, understanding from their perspective as they were putting rules in place or trying to get ready to put rules in place, what some of their challenges were as well. We actually incorporated the company back in August, and we continue to work with ODNR. They were in the process of trying to put together their first issuance of chief's letters, and we indeed were granted a chief's letter right after the first of this past year, here in January of 2014. That was kind of an odd situation. They asked us to get that in fairly quickly. We were notified by them, I think it was the day or two before Christmas, and asked us to have that in by the end of the year. So we worked hard with our CEC. Many of you who may know some of the engineering companies within the state, as well as several states. CEC is a very large company, has a lot of experience in the oil plays. They are a partner in putting that application together. Although it was very quick, and we really hadn't had a lot of time to spend with them, so actually that chief's letter came out and the application was very broad, talking about waste, all types of waste from the drilling pads. Well, at the same time, we were searching for a site, and I'm not sure exactly where we bumped into the Belmont Port Authority. I know Joe was the one who initially made the contact, but we also learned of the facility here on 800 and the challenges that you folks had in developing that as an industrial park. So at the same time, we started negotiating a lease with the Belmont County Port Authority. And that is not, if any of you have negotiated anything, oftentimes that's not a very quick process. And Joe and I, and as well as our attorney and our engineers, made several presentations to the Belmont County Port Authority. I don't know, 3, 4, something like that. I thought pretty soon I was going to get my own name tag, but I spent a lot of time with them, answered a lot of questions for them, albeit perhaps there were new questions every time I came. We have come very close to having that agreement. I think right now there's a vote executed to have the director, the Port Authority executive director sign that. Yet to be signed. But you know, tonight I wanted to tell you more about what's in that lease, because I think a lot of folks look at what is in that permit application and they assume, probably because they don't have enough information, that that's what we're proposing to do in the industrial park, which is not true. The lease is very specific. It's very specific about the types of materials that we take in, how we treat those materials, and what we do with those materials. First off, that chief's letter, that authorizes us to bring top hole material in. That is, there's 3 sections of a drill, and it's top hole, the robs, and then the horizontal drill. So we are at the very top. This has no oil-based substances whatsoever in it. It's drilled with air or water, and occasionally has, by some of the drillers, some soap in it. It is norm, naturally occurring radioactive material. Nothing T-norm is involved with that at all, which is the technically enhanced radioactive material. So this is dirt, is I guess the more classic term.